Here at Nathan Phillips Square behind me is an H2O water trailer that has been deployed in order to help people stay hydrated at any time of the day as we of course continue to experience this hot weather. But advocates say more resources and quite frankly more spaces are needed for people experiencing homelessness during this time of year. Now, even though we're at the tail end of this heat warning in place, advocates are concerned that there will be no concrete changes in place for when extreme hot weather inevitably returns.
We actually need a proactive response to all of these things, and instead the city is constantly reacting to crises and constantly caught flat-footed.
The city's heat relief action plan is facing criticism, not only for how pools have been managed, but also the lack of resources available for people who are unhoused.
Sounds good in theory, but these places close at a certain time. The heat doesn't decide to stop at 5 p.m.
Part of the plan includes over 500 cooling spaces, including libraries and community centers, that would be available for people to go to cool off. But advocates like outreach worker Lorraine Lamb says there are gaps with this initiative.
There's no food offered, there's no water offered, there's no options for people to lie down.
For Lamb, the solution to this is obvious.
We had cooling centers, bring them back.
And my colleagues in the emergency department are frequently seeing people coming in to the emergency department simply to get out of the heat. And certainly having 24/7 spaces for people is really important.
Toronto used to have a 24/7 cooling center that would stay open during a heat warning. That was scrapped, though, back in 2019. Instead, the Heat Relief Network was brought in, which city officials said at the time would provide more places for people to go.
I'm asking the city manager to review the city heat relief strategy by the last quarter of this year, including looking at options to restore previously offered 24/7 cooling centers.
You're going to sit in your offices and review cooling centers, but in the meantime, what happens? In the meantime, people out here are struggling.
Officials have also deployed 3 H2O water trailers in the city, but if you don't have a bottle with you, you're tapped out of options. The city manager will be looking into the feasibility of cooling centers, but it could be months before these recommendations are ready. Advocates like Lamb wonder what happens to people in the meantime, who will have to lay their head outside in the sweltering heat.
What is it going to take for the city to actually say, hey, you know what? This is a real healthcare emergency for people. We really need to step up.
Now, again, here at Nathan Phillips Square, this H2O water trailer, one of 3 in the downtown core. If you don't have any water bottle or anything to fetch water here, you're out of luck. And advocates are saying this is just another type of barrier that people who are unhoused are experiencing right now. Now, the city says that they've also been able to procure 500,000 water bottles that they'll be giving to frontline agencies who will then give them out to people who are experiencing homelessness. They also say that they have about 100 extra additional surge capacity spaces that will be part of the existing shelter program. Again, advocates are saying all of this is just stopgap measures. In downtown Toronto, Afua Baah, City News.